All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to the 2-3 zone with the man who named the show. We've got Malone here with us from Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott. We're going to preview the action here for Sunday. We've got four big games in the WNBA, but Solo, you and I just watched the biggest game of the season in anticipation and in result, too. It was a great game, but we did see just now here, New York defeat Indiana 90-88 in the anticipated showdown of the early season. But the Fever got the money solo in a game that went over. I wouldn't say comfortably, but man, the way they paced it up early, things slowed down a little bit. Got defensive late. Clark, I think she was trying to buy a call solo.
Yeah, these teams shot out the gate. Almost felt like a playoff atmosphere out here. Great way to start off our Saturday. Like you said, the Liberty jumped out ahead and they had a nice little lead. Fever made a little push toward the end of the first half. And in that second half, when the Fever made that little run, when the lid was on the basket for the Liberty, I thought they were in big trouble. But like I say, veteran ball club, veteran team. They've seen it all. They were able to, gel and get a couple timeouts, compose themselves, and come down the stretch and get it done. Sabrina missed a couple free throws. Thought they was going to come back and haunt her, but she was able to get it done at the end. And great defense by Cloud9, the top. Great defense.
And the Fever, they are 3-1 against the spread for any kind of I don't know, doubters out there a little bit. Yeah. I'm probably going to have them. I don't know. Maybe we haven't been able to chat here in a while. I mean, New York #1. You tell me what you think. So Minnesota 2, Vegas 3. I'm going to go Seattle 4, and then I'm going to go the Fever and maybe Phoenix. But what do you think down there? 3, 4, 5. Are you okay with that? Do you have Indiana maybe ahead of Seattle?
I actually think I like the Storm a little bit better. I think they have a little more seasoning to them. I really like the way Skylar Diggins plays down the stretch. I'm not sure what happened with them last year down the stretch, but I think they might have fixed some of this locker room culture. Look, I think they're going to come together. They got good size. I kind of like the way the Storm going forward. I actually think I like the Dream, though. I think the Dream is a team that's kind of showed me a little bit better. I don't think I was as high on them as I was at the beginning of the season, but I like the way they're turning the corner. They got good size, veteran ball club. I think they'll be there at the end when it's all said and done.
Well, then that would be if you kind of move them up where I had them. That'd move them up ahead of Phoenix, which is kind of interesting, right?
Absolutely.
Considering the connection between those two teams right now. Phoenix, though, looking pretty good too with a 2-1 record. We'll talk about them in just a minute. Okay, let's get to our 4-game card. We're going to be here for a couple minutes with Solo Malone at Tony'sPicks.com. We'll start at the top of the card now. Solo, a little bit of real time action here. We are watching the Atlanta Dream in action against struggling Connecticut Sun. Saw a little bit of a bummer here a few minutes ago. My favorite player this year, Tiana Pau, left the game with what looked like an eye injury there. But Atlanta here, 9.5-point favorite against Connecticut. Connecticut, of course, squandered that big lead to Minnesota, while the Fever before the game on Saturday had split that home and the Dream split that home and home, if I'm not mistaken, with the Fever. So, what do you got in this one? 9.5, 162 for Atlanta.
I like the Dream, like you said. They'll be going back to back, back to back with no travel. But this Sun team, I mean, they fought hard the other day, but I just don't think they have the horses and the talent to really, stay on board for the 4 quarters. I think they'll put up an early fight, but I think the Dream will pull away in the second half. I just think they're too big down low. I just think the veterans are too strong. Just too much experience. I think the Dream pull away on the Sun.
All right, I spoke with Ron. He's on vacation, but he also liked the Dream in this one as well. I'll pivot to the total. I'm watching the Dream here. Talked about it. They're not really going over in this game, but at 162 here, the Dream did come in 2-1 to the over into Saturday's game. I'm going to try the over here in this one. Obviously, Connecticut's not looking too great. That defense is not quite what it was previous seasons. So let me try the over there, 162.5. All right. Next up, maybe an anticipated game somewhat, although the records are not indicative of what we're expecting with Chicago coming in 0-2. The Sparks are 1-3. Sparks lost to Golden State on Friday night at home. And meanwhile, we know the Sky was torched by the Liberty in those record 19 3-pointers. Last game. So Chicago, are they broken solo now? They got to take a West Coast road trip.
Yeah, I think the Sky's in big trouble. They got good size. Not really sure about the coaching. Jury's still out on that. You know, they're really struggling scoring. I know Angel Reese is pounding the glass and she's getting second shots opportunity, but she's not really shooting a high percentage. I don't really like the perimeter players. I don't really like the ability to knock down shots from the, obviously from the perimeter behind the arch. The Sparks are, young team, got Rakia Jackson and Plum, and they're kind of coming together. I think they'll score some points, but overall, I think points will be premium. I'm gonna take this total under 159.5.
Yeah, I gotta line up with you. I think there in that one, but I'll go. Ron sent in his play. He liked the Sparks in this one too, and I think they can get the win here. I mean, both teams are kind of you got. Chicago obviously 0-2 ATS as well, and LA is 0-2 against the spread at home. But this line might have come a little light here, 2.5. I'm gonna take the Sparks in this one over the Sky, and Solo said go under in this one. All right, here's a decent matchup for sure here with Las Vegas taking on Seattle at Climate Pledge. Las Vegas, a 4.5-point favorite on the road here, 162. Solo Seattle. Ron keeps telling me how good Seattle is at home, but he said his play in on Vegas. So I'm about to wonder what's going on with his vacation here. Look, Lloyd hit the game winner for Seattle. That was a great job by there the other night, but the Storm got their revenge win over Phoenix. What's going on here?
Oh well, OG Ronci got a good eye on it. So if he sees an angle, it's hard to really go against him. The Seattle Storm team that's strong at home. Like I said, I like Skylar Diggins. The first game they came out, they really struggled, but ever since first game, this offense kind of clicking. Even yesterday, they kind of bumped heads and ruffled shoulders in the first half, but toward the end of that fourth quarter, they pulled away and got the cover. I'm gonna take them on the money line in this one. I just don't believe in this Aces team. I was on the Mystics last night. They gave it away at the end. Obviously, a nice shot by Lloyd, but short rest, a little travel, tough team like Seattle. Playoff team, battle tested. It's a tough one. I take the Storm with the plus money.
All right, yeah, no, that's what Ron said. We like the Storm at home, but he still liked the Aces here. Maybe the Aces are a little bit. They're 1-2 against the spread so far. We know Seattle covered that a home game. I'll go to the under here. Look, Seattle's already all 3 games have gone under, and when Vegas has been favored, both of their times favored, they've gone under as well. So I'll go under 162.5 here with Las Vegas and Seattle. All right, and finally, it'll be the Mystics on the road still here, taking on Phoenix. Phoenix, a 7.5-point favorite, a 162. We've seen Phoenix, a pretty fast-starting team with Situ Sabali and Alyssa Thomas. For Washington here, gotta like right now how fast rising here. You talk about all the shows. I kind of watch these WNBA experts, the national media. They're starting to take note of Kiki Iriafen for sure right now, and of course Brittany Sykes.
Oh, yeah, the Mystics are the real deal. When you watch them, they're playing with really extremely fast pace. They're getting shots up in the first 10 to 12 seconds. They're playing a lot of bodies. They're playing like 9 bodies. They got good size. Kiki's getting the ball. She's attacking. They're getting second chance opportunities. They're shooting a 3. The defense is a little questionable. Still figuring things out on that side. Phoenix is a nice little team. Definitely strong at home. They'll be able to find a way to get some buckets, especially on the low post and in transition. I'm going to take this total over 162.
Okay, and Ronson in his play, and he's also on the over in that game. So Phoenix went over already in their only role as a favorite, and they were they're 1-2 ATS. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it here. It looks just a little light to me at 7.5 right now. I'm actually a fan of this Washington team. I'm trying to move them up my rankings here, so I've got them right now I put them ahead of Chicago, so maybe that at least shows that I'm on them a little bit. Right now at the bottom, I have Washington, Chicago, and I put the Valkyries ahead of Connecticut actually right now. But just to show that I kind of like this Washington team, I really thought the line would come closer to double digits here right now. I think there's a lot of momentum on Phoenix, but again, if I had them ahead of Atlanta, maybe I'm overrating them a little bit, but I'll still lay these points. Washington's on this road trip right now, and mention the Fever 3-1. Well, who else is 3-1 against the spread so far? And Washington. So road team so far, Solo, 14-6 against the spread. Road favorites, 8-3 so far. Have you noticed that trend?
Oh, yeah, the road teams are cashing, brother. Stay on board with the road teams.
Okay.
They're cashing right now. This is WNBA. It's a lot of parity. It's a lot of movement in the league. It's going to take a couple games for these teams to really figure things out. New coaches, all that. So right now you want to take the dogs, you want to take the plus money, you want to be on the road guys until they figure it out, because in the next couple of weeks these lines are really going to change. Even last night we saw those big lines, those lines that get you in trouble.
Yeah, I just missed there. I was on Phoenix there, taking those extra points against Seattle. Looked like, I don't know, felt like the right side. Seattle got the money, so can't complain. They earned the cover there last night. All right, what's going on for you this week over at Tony's Picks? You're going to fire on these, and I'm sure we got a great playoff action this week as well, and on the ice too. What's going on, Solo?
Yeah, I'll be tapping in over a couple sports: MLB, NBA, WNBA. That's kind of where we make our money at. We're gonna stay focused over there. Be tapping in on the morning show. Be trying to slide through and give my little contribution to the 2-3 zone. So we'll be around. We lurking in the water. Let's get to it.
All right, and catch Solo Malone's premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Why not pair Solo and I up on the 2-for-1 capper promotion? We'd love that. And I got my premium picks over there also at Tony'sPicks.com as we get ready for Memorial Day. We're thinking of families out there around the country as they take time to remember those who fell and those who have served as well. So check us out for a big holiday over there at Tony'sPicks.com. Nothing like sitting at home watching some sports action and firing away. So really appreciate Solo Malone for joining us here on the 2-3. He named the show. Might as well come by and give us the lowdown on the WNBA for Sunday. Catch our premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages, not just from Solo Malone and I, but all of our handicappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. For Solo Malone, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.